What's up, world, and welcome back to another episode of Mixed in Chat. I'm your boy JaVie, here with my boy D-Lo.
Yo, what's up?
Now let's get into it. Alright, y'all, so we're gonna get right into it. D-Lo, what's your number?
I give it about an 8 today. Just a little tired.
At least it ain't a 7.5 or a 6.
Yeah. I mean, I would have put it, but I'm gonna keep it at 8.
You would have put it where?
At a 7.5.
No, you would not have.
Just on the energy level, but I'm
would not.
gonna put it on the 8. We gonna put it on the 8 for the show. So
Okay. And it's just because of how tired you are from getting up at 5 in the morning?
yeah. That and the route I had this morning just kind of wore me out. It kind of wore me out running up and down them apartment stairs.
Mm-hmm.
That and DoorDash was a hella slow this morning. So
Oh, was it?
yeah.
Oh man.
So
Did it turn out good though?
yeah. I mean, I made what I needed to make. So
Bet.
that's
all that matters.
all that matters.
Cool.
Nothing like getting to the station for your second route and they don't have any routes for you. So hey,
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, bad. Come on, free money. We love that.
Right.
Yes. So you took 2 routes today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been taking 2 routes a day.
Period.
So, and I still end up getting done by like 5, 6 at the latest.
Oh
So,
wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Free money. And you, how about you at an 8? Whatever, boy. You at an 11.5.
That's what's keep me at 8 was the free money.
Okay. Oh. Well, damn. It must have been a bad flex route when you had to go up and down all them things. If it brought you down to an 8, and then free money only took you up to an 8.
So yeah.
Hey,
How's your number?
my number is, I'm sitting at I would say an 8.5.
All right.
I would say an 8.5, and it's just life is lifing
Yeah.
at this moment. Still trying to figure out what's going on with the dog, Raslo, the pit that I got. I got a blue pit, y'all, and I think he ate some wood from our backyard, whether it was him chewing the side of the porch, him trying to chew panels off the side of the house, him going back to the chicken coop that's back there and chewing the wood from that. But I think he's got wood lodged in his stomach or something because
Have you tried
he's on this this food, the gastrointestinal food,
yeah.
and they gave him some pills. But have I tried what?
Have you tried like the spray that deters them from biting on stuff?
No, because I figured if I spray it out there and it rains, it's gonna wear off. So I'm gonna have to spray it again. And what if a day that it rains and I don't remember to spray it? Then that defeats the purpose of having to spray and spraying it. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, so I've just been chaining his ass up to the post that's out there, but he's even trying to chew on the wood post. Like, what is it with pit bulls and wood, or him and wood? I don't get it, but we're still trying to figure it out. Hopefully, it don't cost me $500 to get him back together, because honey, he will be the first.
Find some. Find a
nice home for him. Period.
No, I think it's
but for real,
where they
Anyway, I
chew
got
on
money
stuff
for
to straighten their
cancer.
teeth. Strengthen
He's
their
chewing on
teeth.
stuff and ruining his teeth. Like, that boy's got botched teeth. Like, he went to the dentist to get them up and not fixed. Yeah, from chewing on wood. But yeah, I'm at an 8.5. I'm gonna keep it pushing. We doing this podcast, so I'm gonna be on the 100.
Yup.
Period. But this week's episode is single into dating, into engagement, into marriage. Just the whole dynamics of it. I myself am still married, but separated. D-Lo is married, and we kind of got the feels for all of the dynamics that we're going to be speaking on today. So we'll go over how we see them, each dynamic, as far as each step in a relationship, from single life all the way up to marriage, and just how we think it is and how we feel about it, and the steps in the sacrifices and some of the different things that you have to go through in order to not only make yourself happy, but to now bring somebody else into your life and make sure they're happy. So We'll see
Yeah,
you in a second.
let's do it.
So, welcome back. And let me start off by saying that when we talk about some of these topics, we are not wishing that we were single or still able to go out and mingle. We're just speaking on when we were in that stage of our life. So, to D-Lo significant other, don't take anything to heart if something's brought up that you feel some type of ways about. And if I was still with mine, I would say the same thing to him. But with that being said, let's move right on over into single life. So I thought being single, and I still think, because I'm technically single but married, it's weird. I'm at a weird transition in life. But I find it fun. I find it like almost like you're finding yourself. You're finding out who you are all over again and what makes you happy and the things you like about other people and stuff like that. What do you think about single life?
Well, let's see. I haven't been single for about 5, 6 years.
Okay,
So,
period. But you were single for a really long time before that. So, how
yeah,
did your single life go
I
when you were
was, I,
single? Were
let's
you like
see.
begging for a relationship?
No, at that point, when I was younger, yeah. But at the time before Tamara, I kind of I had some things happen to where in my life that I had to learn to be by myself.
Got you.
So, because I always grew up, taking care of somebody, and um, I when that happened, or when I didn't have nobody to take care of, I had to find, like you said, I had to find me, and had to find out how to be alone by myself.
Right. You have to find your own
Yeah.
happiness.
So that was good. Um, at that, and then I just let it come to me at that point. I was just so
Did you think that you were ready for marriage when you got married? Do you think you were like at that stage in life, or do you feel like okay, I could have at least like put in a little more time as far as like getting to know myself, getting in touch with myself, finding out who I was before that happened?
well, when my because like I said, when I had at that time, I had some things happen in my life, like my dad passed, and
Mm-hmm.
at that point, I was like, you know what, I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to, start a family of my own, because I couldn't do all that with the stuff I had going on.
Taking care of other people.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
so um, I at that point I was like, yeah, I was ready, but at the same time, I still had to find me. I
Right.
had to go back to finding me. So, um, yeah, it was it was an interesting journey. It was.
Are you happy with the person that you found?
I am.
Okay, period.
Yeah, I wouldn't have changed it. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't have changed anything. Like everything about it. Like I keep saying, me and her, we found each other, or we reconnected actually, because we actually knew each other
Yeah.
in high school.
Y'all wasn't high school sweethearts, but
Uh,
y'all was high school eye gazers.
well, I
Period.
don't know. Me, I don't know about her, because like I said, she wouldn't have liked that little ish.
Oh my god.
But no, um, it it was an interesting journey.
At any time in your life, have you ever missed like the single life? I'm not saying it to like start any feuds, but like even while you were dating, where you're like, damn, like it was so much. Because for me, it was so much easier when it was just me by myself, and the only person I had to worry about. And like now, the only person I have to think about, the only person I have to worry about, the only person I have to consider their feelings for is me.
the relationship I had before Tamara, yes. But now, no. Just because, like I said, it's a lot different when you find the
But we're
person.
talking about single life. We're not talking about when you're finding the
No,
person.
no, like I said, like when it's a lot different. Like I still like know what makes myself happy.
Right.
You know, I can still do things for myself.
Do you? I'm just playing.
Don't be
Sam was
starting that
getting
drama.
me.
But no, like I can still do go out and do some things for myself, and
Right.
um, we kind of give each other, which I think is key. That little like if you want to go do this, you can. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
mean, you
Like
need that.
it's
You
you
need
know
that.
like the relationship I had before her, I couldn't do anything I couldn't do anything by
Where you going?
myself.
Because I'm going too.
Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do anything. So like it's kind of one of those things. Like even when to sit down and play a video game was a headache. You know, now
Facts.
I look at Tamara, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go play a video game real quick. And she's like, okay. She catches up on her Love Island or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah. So another thing about single life, like when you were able to go out and like meet new people as far as like potentials and the whole dating and getting to know someone and going out to like restaurants and the movies and things like that. Like I don't miss that. Well, I like when I was with someone, I didn't miss that because and now it's the hardest thing because like dating is so boring. Like it's not really boring. It just takes so long to get to know somebody. I just wish somebody knew me already, you know?
Well,
I'm not to the point of where I'm saying like, oh my god, I need somebody in my life right now because you know when you're single when you're very first and not really had anybody like for a long term to love you and stuff like that, and you see that with other people, you kind of crave, you long for that love, that feeling that someone wants you. I'm not there, but at the same time, like I don't want to date. I'm back out here, and I'm just like I'm gonna keep to myself, do my
well,
job. Somebody will
even
show up.
in my younger days, like I wasn't really like that. Like I I never
It's just
was
too much
I never
work.
was one going to the club and trying to
Oh
find
baby,
those. Like I never was
I was
like
out there popping his heads.
I bet you was.
I just playing. I'm a dancer, but I wasn't popping
But
his
no,
head.
I wasn't one that
He said,
like
"I bet you was."
like
What's that supposed to
I
mean? What's that supposed to mean? Shit.
uh but no, like I didn't go to the bars hoping to pick up somebody
Oh
I
no,
like
I was
like
never that way.
I like I said, I was never really one to have game, as you would put it.
Oh, let me put you up on that. Well, you don't need nothing now because you already
Yeah.
got what you want.
But like I never was the one to put myself out there like that. Like it was
Right,
like if something happened, it happened. But at the
right.
same time, like, you know, um but yeah, it I don't know, man. Like my dating life was completely different just because it was like I just
You didn't really do shit. You didn't go out.
yeah.
You didn't do anything. Somebody will come to me if they see me at the store. We'll talk and catch up and something like that.
Yeah.
I was very much like, okay, let me step out and be seen. If somebody approaches me that's cute, I'm not approaching nobody. Um, I wanted to be pursued, not be the pursuer.
Right.
And like, yeah, I had a couple of little fleeing things, not necessarily like dating. I was like when I wanted somebody and they showed me attention, oh my god, I was in love. Even though they were like the worst person for me. I was robbed by an ex. I was lied to and manipulated by an ex, and then was told that he died by his friends. But come to find out, he didn't die. He's very much alive. Yeah, he came all the way down to Kentucky from Cincinnati to spend the weekend with me. And then when he got back to Cincinnati, I didn't hear from him for like 2 weeks. And then I get a message from his friend telling me that he died. He had a heart attack and died.
Wow.
I lost it. I was in love
Wow.
after that weekend. Come to find out, that man is alive and kicking with his weird ass eyebrows. But anyways, yeah. So I've been through hell and back with these people. They're in other situations that I've been in with these people. And like me, I'm a hopeless romantic. So when somebody shows me attention for more than just a week, then I'm falling in love with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to call it quits. We can go to get married and sign rings and stuff like that. That's how I was. Now I don't need nobody. Like I'm to the point in life now that like I've been with somebody, I've dated, I've been married, and at this point, I can make myself happy. I can make myself miserable. If you come and you try to make me miserable, I ain't got time for you. But if you can come and make my life more exciting, then we can talk. But like the single life for me now, as opposed to then, I have a whole different mindset on it. Like back then, I wanted, I needed, I craved it. I was hungry for love. And now it's like, okay, the only hunger for love that I have is the love of myself.
Yeah. See, I just wanted, like, I never really actually did crave it. It was just one of those things,
Oh, I
like,
yearn,
it was
baby.
just one of those things, like, I liked having somebody to share things with, like, like good times, a good laugh, and then, like, uh, somebody who understood me. You know what I mean? Like, I could be weird if I want to. I can be as nerdy as I am. You know,
Right, right.
like it just
But when I wasn't looking is when I found my husband.
and that's where it usually happens.
Yep. I was just out to the club. Actually, Havoc told me to come out. He came over to my house the night before and was like, "You gotta go out with me. I met this guy." And I'm like, "Oh my god, he's perfect. Like you gotta be my wingman. You gotta go back out with me." So I went back out to the club with him, and then Wade saw me.
Mm.
And it all happened like we got to know each other and that, and then when we left the club, Havoc was like, "Oh, that's the guy that I was talking to you about, the one that you've been with the whole night." Like, oh, well, if you don't want me to talk to him, he was like, "No, like y'all had chemistry. Like you need to see where that goes." I was not there to look for anything. I looked a mess, but I tell you, I looked a hot conspiracy and no theories. It's all conspiracy, and I ended up finding Wade. We was together for 10 years before we split.
See, Tamara, like Tamara was actually the first one that I would actually have to say that I actually pursued.
Really?
Yeah.
Honey, I made Wade chase hard. He was out of
Um,
breath by the time he called me.
like everybody, like all the other ones, I just kind of it just happened. But Tamara was the first one that I pursued. Like we had a mutual friend that like reconnected us from because we would all go out to the bar um, on Mondays and stuff like that. And so like and then me and her would be talking and stuff like that. And but yeah, no, Tamara was actually the first one that I actually pursued. I would actually have to say, like, I actually made a complete effort. So,
Hey, you needed that. You wanted that.
I mean,
You yearned for that. That love you yearned for because
Yeah.
you knew that was the love that you wanted. That's the love that was gonna last for you. So I mean, like I understand that. I really do. So as far as the single life goes, single life it's easy because you're only focused on yourself. But then when you start to date, is when the dynamics change.
that and the dating game,
The dating game.
the dating game,
The
the
dating game?
dating game has changed nowadays. Like, it's different, I would say.
Yeah, because you're dating over the phone.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a really loud. And that was weird.
Well, not even that, but it's just I don't know, like people nowadays expect different things. You know what I'm saying? Like
Give an example.
when I was younger, dating and stuff like that, like it'd be perfectly fine to be able to go out and have let's say um get lunch or
Right.
let's even go to Texas Roadhouse or something.
Right.
Nowadays, like they like, especially some females, like they want the whole 9 yards.
You
Like
gotta
they,
take me to Roof Chris, and then we gotta go to the club, and you gotta buy all my drinks. Plus,
yeah,
I'm gonna need some flowers, and I'm gonna need you to show up with a gift because if you don't, then I'm not going with you.
Yeah, and then they want they
I
want
need
you
my
to
hair
pay.
done.
Yeah, they pay for their hair, nails.
Yeah, you gonna stay at home looking broke as
Like,
fuck.
you know what I'm saying?
Cause we not dating. I'm sorry about it.
Like it just, I don't know, man. It's just like the things that I've seen. I'm just like, really, like, and some of the things that like some of my friends come up to me and they're like, yeah, this, and I'm like,
Yeah, let me find out the next person I talk to is that needy. Baby, we have no chance in hell.
like,
Damn.
because that's what I told Tamara. Like, I was like, I'm looking for somebody that that like I didn't have to worry about. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to, like, we was a power couple to where we get things done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to be stressed about I have to pay for this, pay for this, pay for this, and do everything by myself.
Right.
So, and then that, because that was like my last relationship before her, she would be like, she had a job, but then she'd be coming home early and then be like looking at me like, why we ain't got no money? It's like, it's because I'm trying to pay bills and you coming home early. Like, like, so yeah, it I don't know. I like I said, I'd be like you if I was single nowadays. I'd just be doing me.
And that's pretty much what it is for me right now. I'm just doing me. I'm not focused on nobody. I'm not trying to seek nobody's attention. I mean, if you walk past me and you looking juicy, baby, I'm gonna check you out. But I'm not gonna speak to you because I mean, right now it's just me doing me.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I told Tamara, like, because I like, like I said, I'm only going to get married once.
That's what I thought.
And so, and that was a really big step for me getting married because even my mom told her that she didn't, like, my mom didn't think I was ever going to get married. I ever thought about marriage. And she actually thought I was scared of marriage, which I kind of was because the way my parents ended up. But I told her, I was like, in the process of everything, like, I don't want, because we both had relationships, our past relationship, where we kind of lost ourselves in it. And that's why I told her, I don't want to lose ourselves in it.
Right.
Like, I want you to have your own, like I have my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want, like, God forbid if something ever does, like, happen to the relationship, I don't want to go back to thinking, damn, I gotta find myself again. Like, because that was a hard journey. So it's just one of those things, like, and plus you gotta have it to where you just, you have your own things, they have their own things, they do their own thing, I do my own thing, but we do our thing together,
Right. You still gotta have your own thing that makes you your happiness. But so, what was your favorite thing about? And I'm just saying, go back in your archive. What was your favorite thing about, like, being single or dating? What was your favorite thing about it? And what was your least favorite thing about it? You start.
My least favorite thing about dating was trying to put in the effort on trying to find somebody, because, like I said, I didn't have no game. Right. So that going to find somebody was like, I don't know. It was a headache in itself. I was always down on myself. Like, I'm not really the picture perfect guy that you would see on TVs and movies.
They aren't either.
I know, but it's just the images that get put inside. You know what I'm saying?
The images that's drilled into women's heads to make them crave those particular people that really aren't real. Yeah. So what was your favorite thing about dating or being single?
I guess my favorite thing about being single, just the freedom of,
not having to answer to nobody.
Well, that, if I wanted, like, let's say after this, if I wanted to go
get it in,
go to, like, Chicago or something, I could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to pack up and go.
Yeah.
The
freedom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, if I tell Tamara, "Hey, we're gonna go to Chicago this weekend," it'd probably be like, "Okay, you
Oh
didn't tell
yeah.
me this." Like, but so that's what I like about our relationship now. It's like if we wanted to, then I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Right.
Um, and we'd be able to do things that she wants to do, and we'd be able to do things I want to do, and we'd be able to do things that we both want to do.
Right.
So like I said, it's that whole, you get yourself, I get myself, and we do things together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
um,
So for me, like my least favorite thing about dating is just the whole dating process. It takes way too long. Like you gotta get to know this person. You gotta allow them to get to know you. Like a lot of the things that you need them to know about you, you have to tell them about you as far as how your routine is and things like that. When like if you don't tell them about you, it happens over time. So it takes even longer for them to get to know you because they're not living with you. They're not with you on a day to day. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And then my favorite thing about dating was just getting to know different people. Like whether it was just like going on a date and just talking to them or going to the club and dancing or going, just getting to know people, going out and meeting people and experiencing other lives besides my own. My least favorite thing about being single is just being alone. Like you don't have nobody
right,
to share anything with. But my favorite thing about being single is having the freedom, like you said, to roam and just to do whatever you want, when you want, how you want, and not have to answer to anybody or make sure it's okay and it's not hurting anybody's feelings. Like, and then so now that we've talked about dating and being single, now we can talk about marriage and how that works and how like we're not even gonna talk about it, we're just gonna go into it. So what things did you find that you had to compromise most when you got married or when you proposed? Like, what things do you like?
mm,
Okay, I can't do that anymore, or okay, I'm gonna have to lay off of this a little bit because I got to spend more time doing this.
um,
Or what things
actually,
did you have to stop doing because your significant other just was like, yeah, that's enough.
um, actually, really wasn't too much, really. Like, I just found myself doing the same thing that I was doing, really. Like, I mean, the biggest thing that I did do when me and Tamara first got together was I quit smoking cigarettes.
Man,
Um, but as far as that,
was that a
um,
compromise or was that
no,
I want to quit, so I'm gonna quit?
yeah, it was one of those things because, like, me and my mom, we had a discussion on, because she would always tell me, because she's a nurse, so she would always be like, you need to quit, you need to quit. And I told her, I finally told her, I was like, I'll quit when I find something to prolong my life for,
And you found it.
and I found it.
Period. Okay, so that wasn't even a compromise. That was just like, okay, I'm gonna quit because this person gave me a new lease on life.
Yeah. And like, and at the stage I was at with Tamara, um, I already, like, I had a smaller circle, basically. Um, I didn't really talk to me too many of the friends that I had. Um, I already kind of didn't play as much video games as I used to, which was a big problem in my past relationships.
Right.
Because I'd be the type of person, I'd stay on 2K for like hours at the end, or I'd stay on Call of Duty for hours. So
Mm-hmm.
if she Tamara would hop on, play some World Combat with me.
I
Like,
know it's
so.
right. Okay,
Um,
Sam.
so that's actually kind of I would say, a hard question, because I don't really know too many things besides just going to the bar whenever I want it. You know, basically just going out. Like, say if I wanted to go to the bar right now, I'd probably be like, well, let me see how Tamara feels about it.
Right.
So it's stuff like
It's just
that.
you have to compromise your time,
Yeah.
or kind of like rearrange your schedule on doing things to fit your new schedule with your significant other.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What
Um,
about you?
so this past marriage, I felt like I had to compromise a lot of myself, and they didn't have to compromise damn near anything. Um,
Mm.
I don't know. I feel like there was things that I compromised, but also there was things that, and I feel like he compromised some things too. Like me being around my family as much as I used to versus as much as I was when I was with him.
Mm.
It's a lot less when I was with him.
Okay.
So, and it was more spending time with his family. So like the dynamic was off. Like I compromised in that for him to not compromise.
Yeah.
As far as like, as time progressed and things start to like unfold, I start to take my compromises back. So I start to spend more time with my family. I started to spend more time on social media doing TikToks and going live on TikTok and posting videos on social media and going over to friends' house and just I started to like take back the things I compromised on, almost to show him like, okay, this is what I compromised on and this is why you're gonna lose me as far as like my time. But it didn't really pan out that way. Other things I felt like were compromised on, I mean, it was all little stuff besides that, like things that I didn't miss. The biggest thing I did compromise on was performing. I stopped performing when I got with my husband
Mm.
because he was insecure about me dancing in front of people and people tipping me, and y'all, I was not a stripper. I
That's what it
swear I was
sounded
not a
like.
stripper.
I was like, what
I was not a
would you do
stripper.
after we worked at
I was a
Amazon?
male entertainer. I performed on amateur night at the bar complex, which if y'all don't know, it's a gay, a LGBTQ plus IA bar in Lexington, and I would go there on Thursdays where they had the amateur night, and I would just like lip sync and dance. I never got naked, nothing like that, but you get tipped by people. So people come up and they want to slip a
Mm.
dollar in your pocket or slip a dollar into your like the crease of your jeans where your belt is or something like that. And he couldn't handle it. Like
Okay. Yeah.
he was like, if you continue this, I'm gonna have to stand by the stage and make sure that nobody touches you. And I'm like, you can't do that. So I stopped. And I wished I didn't because I would be so fucking famous in Lexington. You don't understand, like this is now, like, but I would be well known for like my talent. I stopped dancing. I stopped traveling and dancing, just because I felt like if I did that, I would be missing out on time with him. So I compromised on a lot of stuff, but and I learned a lesson doing that now. I know that it's give and take. Like, I don't have to compromise on the things that I love to do or the things that I truly want to do with my life because it's my life to live. If you can't accept what I don't want to compromise on, then there's the door.
Well, that I mean,
Right? Right.
I mean, you really shouldn't have to compromise on those things because a true significant other would have empowered you to do those things.
Period. Point blank.
If you especially like you're good at dancing. So,
But it's funny how things turned out when all the things that we're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna go into that because the way it turned out, the things turned out was completely like. So why did I have to compromise all those things for you?
yeah.
Like, and that's why I say I learned my lesson in the end because the things that I compromised on are the things that he found. Let me not. Let me not. The things that I compromised on was the things that he found attractive in the people that he decided to step out on me.
Yeah. See, but
Period.
yeah, that's that's kind of the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like,
The things he was like, yeah, I don't want you to do that because this, and there, and that. People are gonna be wanting to rub on you and touch on you and get to know you and try to get you and try to make you theirs, and then in the end, you go for people. You do those things that you told me that people were gonna do to me if I was on stage.
right.
But anyways, and y'all, this is not oh my god, I'm so sorry, hobby type of moment. It's just okay. He woke up and he smelled the coffee.
Right.
Um, and I'm fine. Just to let y'all know that I'm fine. It was a learning experience. It was a lesson learned. It was a time to be had. You had to be there to believe it. Um, but yeah, but I don't regret getting married. I don't regret my marriage. I was truly happy at certain places in the marriage. I wish that those places were where it stayed. But I don't regret it. Um, so, out of all of that, the married life, the single life, the dating life, my favorite was probably the married life because you had somebody to share everything with, like your experiences, your time, your downs, your ups, your sideways. Like you had somebody to talk to. You had a life partner.
Well, yeah, I would have to say that, especially with the person I am married to, um, it's kind of one of those things that I know it's cliche, but I did actually marry my best friend, so it kind of that's the way it feels. So, like, you know, we're as goofy with each other. You know, it's just like you said, the things that we be able, the things, the laughs that we are able to share, the experiences we're able to share. You know, there's not really pullbacks on if I want to do this, that she had a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's pretty much we enjoyed the same things.
Right.
So we do have our differences.
Yeah.
You know, we do have our um we do have things that I like to do and she has things that she likes to do, you know. But other than that, yeah, we pretty much have the same likes and um so yeah, and for those who don't actually know, marriage is actually work.
It's a lot of work every day.
It's not for the faint of heart.
No.
I am lucky that I do get to experience marriage with somebody that I enjoy to do it with. But even that, I mean, we still have moments.
And let me tell you this. Marriage is not just one-sided. It's not work for just one person. It's work for everybody.
Yeah.
If you aren't willing to put in the work to make sure that your happiness takes priority first, because if you're not happy, your relationship won't be happy. And if you can't communicate and you can't be honest and be open and be truthful and just be so vulnerable, then there's no point in you getting married. Like if you can't feel like you can be that with that person, then marriage is not for you with that person.
Yeah. Or maybe just marriage ain't for you.
Yeah,
you know?
And if you feel like that you just don't feel like you want to compromise with anything or you don't want to be vulnerable with anybody, then honey, your hand is right where you need to be.
Literally.
Period. Hold your own hand. It's okay.
Like, yeah. So I mean, it's like I said.
Or you might even find somebody that wants that lifestyle to you. We just gonna be married because I love you and you love me and we can be together forever. But we just gonna do our own thing.
Yeah.
We can even
they
live
call
separate
those
if we
long
want.
distance relationships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe you can get yourself a pen pal.
Period. But I love the idea of love. And that's all I ever wanted was love. But then I've grown to learn over time and through my trials and tribulations that the love that I was seeking and the love that I was searching for was the love that I was supposed to be giving myself.
Mm-hmm.
And if I love myself enough, then I would have realized sooner that the people that I had brought into my life, whether it's for a season or for a reason, that and that are gone now, I would have realized sooner that they weren't valuable to my life.
Yeah.
If I would have had that love that I was searching for from other people for myself. That's why, and I heard a saying like, you have to fall in love with yourself. Don't just love yourself, be in love with yourself. And I'm not saying that like ancestry, like start to like make love to yourself. Well, honey, do that too, period. But you have to be in love with yourself. You know how like you're in love with Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that same love for yourself? Like, are you in love with yourself? When you look in the mirror, regardless of if you find, the thing is, my biggest thing is, I don't care if you look like dried up mud. That's what you look like. That's how you were born. That's how you're gonna die. That's how you were intended to look. So you gotta fall in love with that. You gotta fall in love with you. Yeah, I'm not attractive at all, but I'm me. And I'm in love with me. My appearance, I'm happy with. This, I'm happy with. I don't want to change anything because I'm in love with me. If I want to change something, it's because I want to change it, not because other people feel like I should change it. You have to be in love with yourself. You have to please yourself. Don't people please. Don't try to fit the mold.
See, I would say I love who I am. Now, there's some appearances that I'm looking to change.
But you're doing that for yourself. It's
But
not
yeah, I'm
because
doing it for myself.
you feel like you need to do it for other people's sake.
Yeah, but like I said, like I love who I am,
Period.
and
You have no choice. At a certain point, you have no choice but to love who you are, because you either gonna resent yourself so much that you aren't gonna live at all, or you're gonna come to terms with, okay, this is who I am, and I'm just gonna deal with it.
yeah, pretty much. But no, I be cracking myself up when I be in the car by myself. Like, oh, I love who I am. Like,
Come
and
on,
it
free
took,
love.
it took,
I love who I am. I'm gonna make that a song.
it took me a while to get there. But like I said, I had to find myself. Like, it was a interesting journey, a long journey, but I got there regardless.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't get to the place I am as far as mentality, as far as maturity. I've always been a mature person, even when I was a kid, even when I was a young adult teenager. I was always way more mature than my age.
Yeah.
But it was here recently, I would say in the last year or two, and I'm 33, I'll be 34 this year. The last year or two where I had finally figured out me. I finally figured out my happiness. I finally figured out that the only person that can make me happy is me, and I don't need to live my life for other people.
Yep.
Because I was a people pleaser. I was the type of person like, oh my God, I don't want to go out because I look like this. Oh my God, I got this on my face. I can't go out. Or I've got to have this certain outfit. Or I've got to put on this facade when I'm out in public. And then I just came to a realization like, no, I don't.
I was a different type of people pleaser. Like,
I was very different.
Like I was.
I always wanted to make everybody happy, and even if it didn't make me happy.
See, that's the people pleaser I was. Like,
yeah,
people around me. Like, I had to make sure they was happy before I was happy.
Yeah, me too. And then I just realized, like, I don't need to make anybody happy but myself. And if I'm happy, my happiness is gonna rub off on people because my happiness is so bright.
Yeah.
Like, I know, and it's not being conceited, but it is because I don't give a fuck. But I know that when I'm happy and I'm truly happy, my smile brightens up the world.
Hey, let your light shine through.
Yeah, and that's no lie.
And
like,
that's
my
what it is.
Grandmothers have told me that. Anybody that's around me, oh my gosh, your smile is so infectious. Like, I know. That's why I discovered, like, it took me time, but then I discovered as long as I'm happy and as long as I'm secure in my mind and in my heart, then I can't let anybody take that from me. I won't let anybody take that from me. But it took me some heartache and pain before I got to that point.
Yeah. And that's part of the journey, you know what I mean?
Like, it was the same for you too, if you think about it, with the passings that you experienced And then right after, well, a while after that, you discovered yourself, and then you found your happiness, and then you found somebody that made you even happier in life.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it was the same way.
Yeah, I mean, even still today, I still deal with some mental hurdles that I deal with. Like,
We are constant work in progress.
yeah, exactly.
Yes,
I mean, it's kind of like
constant
when
work in
it's kind of like
progress.
one of those things. Like right now, my biggest battle, especially doing gig work, like, I have to be okay with myself taking a day off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like, I
yeah.
feel like if I there's times like where I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have took that day off. You know what I'm saying? I should have been out there making money. So like, um, but I feel like that day's coming soon. Like,
Yeah. You'll have your moment where you can actually like
yeah, like I feel like that.
breathe.
I
Because
feel
right
like I
now,
feel like it's coming soon. So, um, like I said, the in past episodes of the game plan that I've been on here lately, it seemed like it's been the solid game plan.
cool.
So, that's why I haven't really been saying that I'm at a 7 or 6.5 and stuff like that. It's because that I feel like that game plan's solid. So, and it's kind of been a little easier to manage. You
Cool.
know.
That's good.
So now, hopefully, here soon that I can work on, taking weekend trips like we
Come
planned
on,
on
we're
doing that.
here.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, we going to Chicago next
hey,
weekend, bitch.
yeah,
You coming?
yeah.
Well,
When?
pretty soon I can have that time off that I need.
So yeah, I mean, I actually do. Yeah, I mean, let me know when y'all do make that trip.
Oh
For real.
yeah, it'll be soon too.
Um,
All right. So to sum it up, like, life is hard, and as far as dating and being single and being married, it all has its ups and downs. It all has its goods, its bads, its winning moments, its not so winning moments, but it's all work. Even being single is work.
mm-hmm.
Like, you literally have to work to make yourself happy. And it's not as hard as it is when you're dating somebody or married to somebody, but it's all work, and you're gonna have to first be in love and happy with yourself before you can bring anybody into your bubble to try to please them too. You've got to be in love and happy with yourself. That's number one. Number two, you got to make sure that the person that you decide that you want in your life isn't taking from your happiness, isn't taking from your life force, and is making you better than you are, because you already are great. You know, when you first start out, like when you find yourself and discover yourself and you are truly happy and in love with yourself, you're great.
Yeah.
So when you go to find somebody, you're not looking for somebody to make you great. You're not looking for somebody to make you happy. You're looking for somebody to heighten that happiness and that greatness that you already
To
are.
share that
Yeah.
happiness.
You elevate them, they elevate you to make y'all a power force to be reckoned with. Like, and I truly understand that now. I didn't understand that then. I was truly just looking for somebody to fill the void when I should have been looking for somebody or not looking for somebody. Not looking for somebody at all. Look,
Yeah.
I just had to correct myself. I was looking for somebody when I didn't need to look. I just needed to look within to make myself happy.
No.
To be that happiness that I needed for myself. So be happy with yourself before you can be happy with someone else. Can I get an amen up here?
That's an amen right
Okay,
there.
RuPaul. Period. But what's your takeaways? What do you have to say before we wrap it up?
I mean, that's
No
just
pun
I'm on the
intended.
same page. Like you said, you gotta be able to find your happiness. Don't let somebody take away from your happiness, and don't lose yourself in somebody. Like, you both have to be able to
Say that again, because I did.
yeah,
I really
you
did.
can't lose yourself into somebody. Like, and like I said, like me and Tamara both dealt with that in our past, and it just that's the thing that we had to do. Like you know we are our own person, but at the same time we're still together.
Facts.
So if she wants to go hang out with some friends, and she go hang out with some friends. If I want to go hang out with friends, or I want to go hang out by myself, I can do the
or
same
record a
thing.
podcast, I'm gonna go do it.
Exactly.
That's
So,
all.
like, it's just
Don't lose your individuality in a committed relationship with someone else. You still have
yeah,
to be you.
yeah,
You still have to have that separation from, okay, this is, and I'm using you for example. This is the L's. I don't want to throw your name out there. This is the lows.
yeah,
Um, but I'm also D-Lo, and this is Tamra Low.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's you gotta have that time.
Yeah.
So
Don't rush it.
yeah, and
Don't
like
rush a relationship.
yeah, and let it come to you.
Yeah, we not chasing no more. Chase
Like,
away. It'll happen naturally.
I mean, somebody's gotta chase eventually, but
No,
you
and
know,
and
but
really no.
it
Because if it works, it just works. You didn't chase Tamara, did you?
no, but I still put in work.
But you still put in work right now. You got her.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not really
God.
it's not really a chase. It's putting in the work.
Yeah, you gotta work. It's hard work.
So, but yeah, I mean, just let it come to you for those out there wishing that y'all had somebody or wishing that y'all can find, y'all's happy ending, as we put. Let it come to you. Don't stop looking for it.
Your happy ending starts when you find happiness in yourself.
Exactly.
You don't need nobody to make you happy. But it's good to have somebody that can heighten your happiness. I ain't even gonna lie.
To share the happiness.
To heighten your happiness, honey. Because I'm gonna if you come into my life and I'm already happy, and you bring happiness to me, you're gonna heighten my happiness, which in return will heighten your happiness, because I'm gonna do for you the same.
Yep. Yep.
You just raising the gauge of happiness to a higher level. But I don't think I have anything else. I think
that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
yeah.
And we have fillers to fill in if we needed to, honey. This is the whole.
I know, like.
I mean, we about to get cut off here in a minute.
So, what kind of shows you be watching lately?
I be watching. What do I watch? We've been watching Bones.
Really?
Yeah.
I ain't watched Bones in forever.
I've never seen Bones.
Really?
Like, full through. So we've been watching those episodes. The one thing that pisses me off is we always watch it while we're eating dinner, and it never fails. That every time, no matter what we're eating, something that pops up on this screen resembles what we're eating. And then it curdles my stomach, but I still be eating it. But
yeah.
Still, like the other night, I was eating chicken, I think. And this bone popped up, and it looked like the piece of chicken, but it had like stuff all on it that was just nasty. I'm just like, oh my God, every time.
And the weirdest thing too, like, because we watch Hell's Kitchen, or we watch Kitchen Nightmares, and we watch Bar Rescue, and I always tell her, I'm like, we gotta stop watching this stuff while we eat, because some of the things that, like, especially on Kitchen Nightmares, some of the things they pull out, I'm like,
yeah,
really?
Yeah. But I also watch. I'm currently still watching RuPaul Drag Race All Stars. That's a constant thing. They're in the new season. The new season's almost over. What new shows you be watching?
I can't remember. Did you ever
Ghosts? I watch Ghosts, but that's
oh yeah, we need to start that.
Yeah, you do. It's good.
Did you ever watch the mole that I told you about?
The what?
The mole.
Yeah.
They have a new season out for that.
Oh, do they?
We've been watching that.
Didn't you say that they were coming out with a new season for The Trust?
I think they are coming out with a new season for The Trust.
I need Surviving Paradise to come back out. No, you said that they were coming out with a new season of the Celebrity.
Oh yeah, the
what's it called?
Oh crap, what is it called?
Don't lose it. Relations. I'm just gonna start throwing names out. Who's my family member? What family is I'm belonging to?
Oh yeah.
That show.
Oh crap! I did lose it too.
I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, they're supposed to be coming out with.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy because to see who everybody's family member is.
Oh my
And
God, but I still can't get Miss Honey out of my mind that was related to Tyler Banks. She lost it. This isn't right. She lost her mind,
She
y'all.
lost her ever living
She lost
mind.
it. Okay. But we gonna stop bantering and we gonna wrap it up. Thank y'all for listening to this episode. I know it was a little intense and we went into details with a lot of things as far as being single in relationships and marriages and our marriages. What was it?
Claim to fame.
Claim to fame. That's what it was.
And we also been watching Shark Week too.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
So,
Yeah.
Shark Week, it happens every year. We always watch it.
But yeah, I know we went into in-depth detail on some things regarding our personal situations, but I will not kid you, and I will be honest with you. We're both very happy with where we are right now. Even after all the things that we've been through in our past and present, we are very happy with the people that we become in the end. So, with that being said, that concludes this episode. I'm your boy JaVie, here with my boy D-Lo.
Yo.
And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.